we are back. We've got Lisa Lain in the studio. She comes each week with your garden questions. And this week, we've been travel buddies. We put 2,000 miles on the brand new car we just got. Not brand new, a different used car.
There you go.
And just give it a test drive. Nothing like buying it and going 2,000 miles to see if it actually works. It did. Went to go visit our kids in
Texas,
Killeen, Texas, Fort Hood. Our son is a captain. He's a PA for basically I'm not sure what. Once your kids go up high enough, you start to forget what they do. They're doing a lot. You can't quite keep up, but he's doing important stuff, what he says. So I'm sure he is. We're proud of him. Anyway, we picked up our grandson and took him to Houston.
Went to Houston, did the Natural History Museum, did Johnson Space Center.
That was a big hit.
That was a good one. We did the symphony.
That was a huge hit.
We did the aquarium.
Yeah. You can skip the Houston aquarium. It's not worthy. So sorry for you folks that are probably someone that created the Houston aquarium, retired to Prescott, Arizona. So apologize for that. But there are better, more intense, more engaging.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
But it was a very fun trip. Really enjoyed spending time with our grandson and just getting to know him better and him knowing us better. And
we have a deal with our kids, with our grandkids. When they turn 10, we will take them someplace, just their grandparents. And it's not Disneyland or something fun. It's educational.
No fun.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to
have fun, but it's not just rides. It's learning what's more about yourself or trying to engage their giftedness and trying to bring that out so they can see bigger, see down the road farther, see what we see in them, that we can speak into them some and hopefully bless them. And then it blesses us with a memory, blesses them with a memory.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see great things out of them.
Right.
COVID got in the way of that.
So it delayed it for a year.
Oh my gosh, stupid COVID. I'm so tired of it. Omicron, go away. So he turned 10 last April.
Right.
And you couldn't go anywhere.
Finally just
we've had, that's it. Omicron or not, we're going. We didn't get COVID yet. So far, we've been back for a few days and still we're good.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed. But did all those things were open in Texas. They were sort of safe. You were safe. Everyone else kind of went, oh, I'm not sure. So anyway, it just kind of worked out.
But I was impressed with the Natural History Museum. The amount of gems and rocks and minerals and oh my gosh, that is huge over there, that museum. I don't know how many hours we spent
all day
looking at stuff.
I mean, they had the plastique, the bodies they inject with plastic and then they show you what a lung looks like, what skeletons look like. Did that, did the shells and gems, huge. They're dinosaur displays. Huge. Ginormous. So it's exciting.
It was.
We should probably do some garden tips.
We should.
So people don't care about our travel advice about Houston, Texas. Yeah. Half the people in Texas, who'd go to Texas? The other half are Texans going, why wouldn't you?
Well, we'll do some garden questions and move out of that. Okay, so Roger has a year-old Deodora cedar. It's been in the ground a year. He has very heavy clay soil. He's noticing this winter that it seems to be yellowing quite a bit. He's only been watering once a month, but wants to know maybe it's an iron deficiency, just winter color. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so that's winter chlorosis. It's short days. Well, it's heavy clay, kind of brings out all the issues. Right. So that's a challenge, but once a month about right for those heavy clay soils. The older established gardens out in Chino Valley are beautiful. They've been farmland for years. They perk, they grow everything. All the new subdivisions, that's terrible soil. Up on the knolls or the ridge lines, terrible. Heavy clay, caliche layers, rocks. And so that alkalinity builds up, which accentuates all that yellowing. And then just the short days. So what to do, all of your evergreens, if you've got heavy clay, I encourage you to fertilize your plants, the entire landscape, with all-purpose plant food in midwinter. It seems counterintuitive, but it keeps them green. There's a lot of sulfur. There's cottonseed meal, which is It's very acidic. You want to bring that pH down and then green that plant up, and it'll really encourage, not only green them up, but it will set the stage for next spring's growth. So deodorants usually start elongating that new growth the end of March, April. Well, it'll help you extend more of that growth and greener, richer, thicker growth. So highly encourage, especially a new plant. It's only 1 year old. You at least you're monitoring it, watching it. That's
Right.
great. And so that'll help. If you've got any of the root and grow left over, so you probably planted that. If you got it from us, we make our own compost tea that's made for transplant shock. Well, that will also, it's compost tea, so it's very acidic. It's a concentrated liquid. It's available right now. That could really help you. If you got some of that left over, you can put a gallon or two on, 3.5 tablespoons, makes a gallon. Put some of that on. That'll help it green up right now. So good advice.
Okay.
Good tips.
All right. Next question is from Angie. She wants to know when she should start trimming her blackberries and raspberries. They're going on year 2. And she also kind of wants to know, how do you prune them?
Oh boy. So that's hard over the airwaves.
Yeah.
And it depends on the variety, which variety that you have. So the Prime Gem series, we're trying to migrate all of our customers over to Prime Gem or more of them.
Prime Arc.
Prime Arc. Is that right?
Yeah.
I knew it was Prime something raspberries and blackberries because they bloom on first year wood and second year wood. Older varieties of blackberries and raspberries only bloom on last year's new cane growth. So you really want to prune that when you're thinking through all the brambles, all of them, even not so much grapes, mainly brambles. You want to go after that big, thick, old cane growth. Get those things out of there. They don't produce new berries. It's the vibrant, new, actively growing, fast growing canes, the real light green ones. Those are the ones that form the berries. So go after the old ones. That's what I can give you right away. Bring a photo in, take a picture, bring it in. We can help you with a screenshot, help you figure out which ones kind of take out. But if you prune it right back to the ground, you'll have this beautiful new growth and no berries or very few berries.
Right.
That new Prime Arc series, that series elongates brand new growth and puts berries up and down that growth. Light berries the first year, a lot of berries the second year. So it kind of takes some of that fudge factor, allows you to make some mistakes and really works out. But that's you can fertilize now through March. Your timing's perfect. Go for it at your leisure. Fertilize them right afterwards with the fruit and berry food. We make a fruit and vegetable food that is loaded with calcium that really brings out the flavor and the size of berries. I mean, fruiting plants, it's a game changer. But fertilize right afterwards, and you'll start to see growth here pretty quick. So you'll see green growth at the base in 6 weeks or so, starting.
Yeah.
So it's starting to happen.
Okay. Next question is from Janet. She wants to know, are there any wildflowers that would do well in a fairly shaded area?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. All of them will grow in shade, especially shade now, because there's a lot of shade now. There's less shade as we grow, as the days get longer. Even the shaded spots in June are bright. And so unless you're underneath a heavy canopy of trees or that north side of that house, it's pretty forgiving. We actually sell a few shade-loving varieties. I think even poppies, you'll see those produce quite well in the forest, in between all the trees.
That's true.
We've got what's called a parade of poppies. There's 7 different varieties of poppies in this one mix. You could spread that out in the shade, and it would be magical, absolutely magical.
Columbines too.
Columbines, foxglove. There's so many heucheras. We're starting to have flowers show up. We had a flower truck show up last week, houseplants and flowers. So we're starting to see flowers start to show up here at the garden center now. So yes, we do. Come see us. We can get you hooked up with the right shade wildflowers for your gardens. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back after this.